I watched this program, and it freaked me out, quite frankly. I thought the world was going to end. It talks about the Mayan calendar that ends on 12/21/12, and I started doing research about the Chinese I Ching and a Catholic Saint Malachi, who predicted this upcoming time as and a lot of people right now predict this time through 2012 as a huge period of global shift. So I got scared. I thought the world was going to end. I panicked. I spent a month and a half on my computer researching all this stuff, and I started growing. I started growing spiritually. I spoke to one of my sales managers at work, and he said, you know, this sounds kind of metaphysical, Blaine. You need to talk to this other girl that we work with, one of my finance managers. And she said, I've known a lot of this stuff for a long time, Blaine. Read this book. And she handed me a book, and it's called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. And if you haven't read it, I suggest reading it. What that book taught me about was present moment awareness, living in the moment, the fact that we are all connected. And that may sound a little weird, but just that we all come from the same source, we're all connected. And I noticed when I was out in nature reading this book and I was practicing being in the moment, I felt what I would call an out-of-body experience. And my girlfriend experienced the same thing. So this kind of just grew. That led me to a movie called The Secret, and The Secret talks about the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is simply those things that which we think about, that is what we become. So if we focus on negative things and we focus on the idea of lack and fear, that's what our experience is going to be. If we focus on abundance and we're appreciative of what we have in the moment and we live in the moment and we set our intention forth, we can create what we set our intention to be. And I found this happening every day in my life now. Synchronicity is another topic I'll talk about. But so I watched the movie The Secret, and the poignant thing I got out of The Secret was they call it a vision board on the movie The Secret. And vision boards are simply collages with pictures of what you'd like to see yourself be doing down the road. So I watched the movie, and it was the weirdest thing. I walked into my son's room and I yanked this collage off the wall, and everything on that collage I had created in my life. So I was using the law of attraction simply by changing the way I thought about myself, forgiving myself, and setting my intention forward, and being very grateful for what I had. I think that was easy for me because I went from being a homeless drug addict to having abundance all around me, so it was easy for me to feel the abundance because I had felt more pain than I ever thought that I would experience in my life. So I noticed that when I put my intention forth, things just started magically coming into my life. Money, relationships, health, spiritual things happen in my life every day that blow me away. And that's kind of where I'll transition into this whole 11/11 thing. There is a global awakening going on right now. That might sound weird, but that's what I believe. There's a lot of people globally right now that are seeing the number 1111, or a combination of that, 222, 333, and also numbers followed by 111s. It's hard to explain. Let me give you an example. When I wake up at night and I look at the clock, it's never 1:25 or 3:15. It's always 1:11 or 12:12 or 3:33 or 4:44 or something like that. When a customer comes to me to buy a car from me now and I look at their birth date, almost every time either their birth date or their address will have a combination of those numbers. For example, 3 days ago, my customer's birthday was 1119, which is 911 backwards. And I think if 911 has been huge for me, I see it all the time. So my theory in that the correlation of those two And I see synchronicity in other places than numbers. And the synchronicity comes from using the law of attraction. It has changed my life completely. The reality that most people experience is about 1/10 of what's really going on. Because I have learned present moment awareness and I've learned to use the law of attraction, I basically am just creating my own dream now. And that may sound weird too, but when you're able to tap into the moment and you're able to feel the magic around you all the time, it allows you to do it. And let's see, some good authors: Dan Millman, Eckhart Tolle, the book The Power of the Now, and A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. Both very good books to learn how to live in the present moment. And I think the key to using the law of attraction is learning present moment awareness. If you're experiencing 111 stuff, you're not going crazy, I suggest Googling 111. And if you're curious, if you haven't experienced this and you're curious as to what I'm talking about, Google 111 and it will give you all kinds of information. Forgiveness. Radical forgiveness is another concept that I'm going to mention briefly. The author's name of those books, Colin Tipping. And the idea of radical forgiveness is simply everything that's happened to you in your life, from the moment you were born till the moment you die, happens with complete purpose. In fact, you actually agreed to it before you came into human form. So there's really nothing to forgive. All the bad stuff that happens to us isn't really bad. It's just stuff that happens on our path. The beauty in pain is that when we experience real pain, it allows us to experience the total opposite of that, which is love, and which is also another reason why I think we came into human form. So I'd just like to say thank you for spending the time you have with me here today. There's a lot of information out there. There is a global awakening happening right now. I just want to share that message. There are beautiful things going on. Don't focus on the negative things. Focus on the abundance that you have in your life, and that's what you'll start getting.